Hi, it's your coach Joe Lucas, and welcome to your Practice Power blog. Hey, not too long ago, we were doing our 2015 business planning retreat in Orlando, Florida. It was a great event, full house, 2 days of just really rocking and rolling, putting our 2015 plans together. One of the topics I brought up was the concept and the strategy of lifetime value. Now, what is lifetime value? It is a calculation based on a couple of different factors. First off is what is the average annual gross revenue that the average household in your practice throws off or creates, right? So average annual revenue, AAR. The other piece is how long does the client stay with you? So, if you've been in business for a while, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years, what is the average lifetime or lifespan of a client relationship? So you need both. So the very simple example which you see below me is if you take a household that is a $5,000, let's say fee-based recurring revenue type client, and let's say you calculate that the average client will stay with you for a decade. Now, my personal belief is it's probably low, but let's just kind of keep it the way it is. So basically, that household is going to throw off in revenue right around $50,000. Now, for those of you who are very detail-oriented, right, and very analytical, the first thing you're going to say is, what about if the market goes up? What if they're fee-based and their portfolio grows? Doesn't that $5,000 go, to $5,500, $6,000? The reality is, yes, it does, but I don't want to get complicated here by teaching you this very simple strategy, this philosophy, if you will. So let me ask you a question. If you knew that every new household you take in, that you acquire, was basically putting $50,000 in your bank all the time, what different decisions would you make? How much more energy will you put into introductions, referrals, client events, bring a guest, social media? How much more energy would you put into that if you understood the dynamics of lifetime value? So let me ask you this very simple premise. And I ask my clients this, by the way. If I said to you, I'm going to make you a business deal. I'm a marketer. I'm a rainmaker, right? So here's the deal. And look, we're not going to get into the legalities of this or compliance, just from a philosophical conversation here. If I said to you, look, I will bring you, for every client I bring you, you'll pay me $5,000. So in other words, you're going to pay me the entire first year revenue for a new relationship. Would you make that deal? Now, if you understand lifetime value, the answer to that's going to be yes. Why? Because even if you gave up the whole first year revenue, statistically speaking, that over the next period of years or decades, that you're going to have this revenue run. In addition, you're going to have asset growth because of the markets. And oh, by the way, we're not factoring any referrals or any other, leverageable goodwill in this relationship. So really, if you look at 50,000, it's probably a very, very conservative number when you start adding all the factors. The reason why I bring this up to you is either you're starting your 2015 business planning process, you came to Orlando, and now you're kind of fine tuning it, or you're getting ready to start it, or you're planning to start it, right? I want you to understand the concept and the strategy of lifetime value. Because in all other businesses that I study, when you look at the quote-unquote marketing consultants, the strategists that are out there, they talk a lot about lifetime value. In our industry, for whatever reason, it's not something that's brought up often from a firm perspective, from a consultant perspective, from a coach perspective, and I think that's a very serious omission. So what I'd like you to do in your next strategic window, maybe part of your planning process, is take a look at your book of business. Do your own calculation. Again, I kept it very simple here because I didn't want to get things cumbersome in this very short video. But I want you to have what your number is. Maybe 5,000 is low. Maybe it's 25,000. Maybe 10 years is really 20 years in your world. You need to understand lifetime value. So it's one of the things, if I'm working with you directly, I'm going to be asking that in the December calls, or at least two things. Number one, what is the lifetime value of your client? Give me the particulars. Or number two, when are you going to plan to do that? All right, some very, very simple things. Also, as you know, it is December, so the year is rapidly coming to a close. If I saw you in Orlando for our business planning event, it was great having you. I hope that you got tremendous value out of it. I really gave it my all. We rock and rolled, and you should be putting your plan to bed over the next couple of weeks. If you didn't come to Orlando, sorry. Maybe next year you'll make the trip. But in the interim, make sure you understand how you're going to do your 2015 planning process. We've done some very significant upgrades and revamps to our business planning process on PracticePower.net. There's a little short video link there. You can kind of take a look at what the planning center looks like. I'd encourage you, if you're a premium member, get in there, start pulling some stuff out, start planning some things. If you're a basic member, again, there's some offers that we've been sending you to kind of upgrade at a very significant discount. And if you're neither, what are you waiting for? This is the best and most powerful business planning process in the entire industry. And I don't say that because I'm the one who put together. We've been doing these now for 15 years, these business planning conferences. And I'm telling you, my process, the feedback we get, it's the most powerful, the most complete in the industry. I'd love you to have a peek at it also. So have a great day, and I look forward to visiting with you again very soon.